Have you wondered why our parents keep talking about their old times and somehow every conversation become हमारे time पे ना old school stories हो या उनका job time, friends, pricing and their own struggle. And sometimes we joke पापा तो हमेशा rewind पे चलते रहते हैं, but maybe there is another side of it. Because those years probably the busiest year of their life. Wake up early, go to work, manage family, pay bills, raise kids, run around whole day. I know it's exhausting, but they had a routine, people and responsibilities. What we call it, purpose nowadays. And now somehow, suddenly life become quieter. So many old memories don't remind them of the past anymore. It's maybe they remind version of themselves that felt active, needed, busy and more connected. That's why old song, old photos, old stories still bring so much happiness. And honestly, one day probably we will sit and say, "Hamare time pe na." What's your thought on this? Share me in the comments.